Everyone tells you to be original. Mohnish Pabrai became a multi-millionaire by doing the exact opposite. That sounds outrageous. We're constantly told that success comes from innovation, disruption, and creating something the world has never seen before. Entrepreneurs are celebrated for inventing new products. Investors chase the next revolutionary company. Business schools glorify the visionary founder who changes everything. But Mohnish Pabrai has built an entirely different philosophy. He openly admits that he doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. He clones. At first, that might sound like copying. It might even sound unethical. But that's not what he means at all when Pabrai says he clones. He's talking about one of the most underrated success strategies in business and investing. Find something that already works. Understand why it works and adapt it instead of starting from scratch. This philosophy has shaped his investment career, influenced thousands of entrepreneurs, and echoes the thinking of some of the world's greatest business leaders. So, what does cloning actually mean? And why has it worked so well? Let's break it down. Who is Mohnish Pabrai? Mohnish Pabrai is an investor, author, and founder of Pabrai Investment Funds. He is widely known as one of Warren Buffett's biggest admirers and has often described himself as a shameless cloner, unlike many hedge fund managers trying to develop complicated trading strategies. Pabrai focuses on simple ideas. He studies businesses with durable advantages. He waits patiently until they're selling at attractive prices. Then he invests heavily. But before becoming a well-known investor, Pabrai built a successful IT consulting company. Interestingly, he didn't create an entirely new business model. He borrowed one that already existed. That experience became the foundation of his cloning philosophy. The business that changed his thinking in the early 1990s, Pabrai noticed how another successful consulting company operated. Instead of trying to invent a brand new model, he carefully studied what made that company successful. How did they attract clients? How did they structure contracts? How did they hire employees? How did they grow? Then he built a similar consulting business using many of the same proven principles. He wasn't stealing confidential information. He wasn't copying software. He wasn't violating patents. He was simply learning from a business model that had already demonstrated success. His company became highly profitable and was eventually sold for millions of dollars. That experience convinced him of something important. Innovation isn't always necessary. Execution often matters far more. Cloning isn't copying. This distinction is critical. Many people hear the word clone and imagine plagiarism. That's not what Pabrai advocates. Instead, he recommends studying successful systems. Restaurants learn from other restaurants. Software companies learn from competitors. Retail stores adopt best practices from industry leaders. Airlines borrow operational improvements from one another. Every successful industry evolves because companies observe what works elsewhere. That's cloning. It's legal, it's ethical, and it's incredibly common. Why reinvent the wheel? Imagine someone wants to open a coffee shop. One entrepreneur spends years trying to invent an entirely new concept. Another study of dozens of successful coffee shops. They analyze store layouts, pricing, customer service, menu design, loyalty programs. Then they combine the best ideas into one business. Which entrepreneur has better odds? Probably the second one, because instead of relying entirely on imagination, they're building upon proven experience. That's exactly how Pabrai thinks. Nature does the same thing. Interestingly, cloning isn't just a business strategy. Nature constantly repeats successful designs. Bird wings evolved into different forms. Eyes appear across numerous species. Efficient biological structures spread because they work. Evolution doesn't insist on creating something completely different every time. It preserves what already succeeds. Business often follows the same principle. Silicon Valley loves this strategy. People often describe Silicon Valley as the world's innovation capital. But many famous companies weren't the first to do what they became famous for. Google wasn't the first search engine. Facebook wasn't the first social network. Netflix didn't invent video rentals. Uber didn't invent taxis. Airbnb didn't invent hotels. Instead, these companies studied existing industries and improved them. Sometimes success comes not from inventing something new, but from making something existing dramatically better. That's another form of cloning. Warren Buffett does it to Pabrai frequently says he learned this lesson from Warren Buffett. Buffett doesn't spend his time searching for businesses nobody understands. He studies companies with business models that have already proven themselves. He invests in firms with predictable economics, experienced management, and durable competitive advantages. There's nothing flashy about that, but it works. Buffett has repeatedly shown that consistency often beats constant innovation. Cloning in investing Pabrai also applies cloning to investing itself. Rather than believing he must discover every great investment independently, he studies portfolios of investors he respects. If Buffett buys a company, Pabrai wants to understand why. If another outstanding investor identifies an opportunity, he investigates it himself. Notice what he doesn't do. He doesn't blindly copy trades. Instead, he copies research ideas. Someone else discovers an opportunity. Pabrai performs his own analysis. If the investment still makes sense, he may invest. If not, he moves on. This dramatically reduces the amount of time spent searching for ideas. Standing on the shoulders of giants, Isaac Newton famously wrote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." That's essentially Pabrai's philosophy. Learn from people who've already solved difficult problems. Study their mistakes, understand their successes, then improve your own decisions using that knowledge. Every profession works this way. Doctors study previous research. Engineers learn established principles. Lawyers examine past cases. Scientists build upon earlier discoveries. Nobody starts completely from zero. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling us which investor or business philosophy you'd like us to analyze next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.